Welcome to the final part of how to study just before the examinations. This is the extended part of Know How Show Now series, which is, of course, an extension of Know How Now, which we started a few weeks ago. In this final part, you are going to learn the most essential things which cannot be put aside. These are all very essential things. But before I take you to that point, let me show you what we finished in the first two parts. We all started with the study systems part 1, in which I taught you about flashcards. After that, we went into the margin space utility. After that, we went into what is called the mind map and short mind map systems. And after that, we again went into what is called the Pomodoro technique. And then I took you to part 2, where I have suggested some of the most popular systems which are not covered in part 1. That is teaching, then writing and drawing, then discussions, then recording and listening, practicing, and finally condensing, that is summary writing, one type of summary writing, that also I covered. And after doing all this, I took you to another creative aspect called finding words in words. How we can find, I have given you a detailed lecture on this. After that, this is the third part, in which you are going to see the most essential tips which cannot be put aside. I am Sarath Kumar, who has been speaking to you about these most essential things which are usually not covered in the regular curriculum programs. And that is the reason why I am asked by my students as well, and that is the impetus for making this particular video. So without further delay, let me expostulate on these things. First of all, you must be organized. That is very important. I told you previously also, there was one of my supervisors who was telling me, failing to plan is planning to fail. That is, if you are not planning well, it means you are aiming for a failure. So this first thing is what is called talking about that. That is, you must be very much organized. You must plan your studies very well. You must know your deadlines, and you must know your exam dates and how you are studying on each and every day. So what is your mood, how you are going to study, and which is the first subject which you wish to study early in the morning, and then next, and then next. So all these things should be, to the best of our capacities, organized. The more organized you are, the better the learning strategies would be, and equally better the outcomes would be. So please be very much organized. One suggestion I would like to give you at this point: if you keep telling about the deadlines, if you keep telling about the exam dates and schedules to other people, not only you are reminding them, but also it would be a mechanism for reminding yourself as well. So in that way, you can be more organized, because you are in one way, you are actually keeping a deadline to other people as well. It means you have the responsibility of meeting that particular deadline by yourself. So that's the reason why I put forth this particular idea. So you please keep talking about the deadlines and schedules to other people, so that whether other people would definitely be benefited by it or not, we don't know, we would definitely be organized. So that is the first thing which I would like to tell you. After that, we have this second one. Study means study. Please remember that. Study means study. You need not actually have entertainment in the middle. Yes, study means study. You may ask, are we robots, sir? I don't know whether we are not robots, definitely. But if you really want to study, study. There should not be any kind of distractions. I call them distractions or disturbances. I wrote the word disturbances, but I also call them distractions, because they are going to take your attention away. Definitely. For example, the mobile phone. This is another big thing. Mobile phone The problem is not with the mobile phone, it is the problem is with us, because we are not that much experienced. We are not that much revolutionary to keep aside that mobile phone, or to use the mobile phone for the very purpose for which it has been made. So we are not capable of doing that. Because we are not capable of doing that, we should call them distractions of our study. That is the reason why keep them aside summarily. And even television, music systems, all these things, keep them aside. You need not want them. Under any circumstances, don't use them. You don't want. If you want to study, whether you are following the Pomodoro technique or what is called teaching technique or various techniques I have said, it is not the technical part I am talking about. It is not that particular mechanism of study that I am talking about here. I am not talking about these things. What I am talking about is the distractions that are going to be causing a negative influence upon us. These things must be summarily rejected. If you don't reject them, then wait for dejection. Rejection of these things will not give you dejection. Please remember that. Then you have the third one, which is none other than don't cram the info. I have seen this in my life. I don't want to find fault with anybody, but please remember, all these regulations and rules I have created here only out of my own experiences. The exam starts, students come, many of the students are actually seated inside the examination hall. Still 2-3 students are just outside the door of the examination hall, still opening up their books and are trying to mug up the answers at that particular point of time. I have seen other instances wherein students will take large chunks of information and keep on memorizing them. It is as if they are going to omit them in the exam hall. This won't work. Please remember, this will not work. So cramming up information is not going to work at all. So you need to have some kind of logic. Okay, this is the statement. Now, why the second statement has been made? Is it in some way linked to the first statement or not? If so, in what way is it linked? So these things must be kept in head, especially when you are making the progress of your studies. The progress of your study is definitely linked to this particular aspect. That is, you should not cram the information, take the information in large chunks or memorize them, by heart them. That is the common word which has been used, by hearting. If you do it, definitely you are missing the joy of study, and obviously that is going to be a boredom, and that is going to be an exercise of boredom as well. So please remember that. That is number 3. Now you have number 4. Now you see, number 4 has two things. Let me put it this way. So two things. So please remember these 3 R's. Sir, there are 6 R's. No, 3 I am going to cut. Okay. So there are 3 R's here. But the words are same, the representations are same, but the height is what is important. Usually this is the mistake we do. That is, we read the most, then we remember little, and we all never review at all. Reviewing is done by very handful of students, I should say. Very few students would be reviewing the material which they have read. So reading is done a lot, and remembrance, out of that half would be remembrance, and reviewing almost is done. So this is the wrong strategy, which is actually causing all the problems for us. Do not follow this mechanism. This is a wrong proposition only. Then look at this. You read little, you remember more. That is, whatever you have read, you try to remember that. That's what I mean. And review the total thing. So reading should be little, remembering all that has been read should be there, and more importantly, reviewing what exactly has been read must be done. So in this order, if you do, obviously you are going to get better success. So please remember this order, not that order. That is the 4th thing which I would like to tell you. And then health is wealth. That is very important. Everybody knows these days, everyone knows it. Health is wealth. If health is wealth, health is also your marks. You prepared very well, but on the day of examination you fell sick, then what is going to happen? Obviously, you are going to face a very big disappointment. You should await a big disappointment only. Therefore, health is definitely wealth. Please remember that. Because health is wealth, I indicate these two things. So let me put it as number 5. So 5 has 2 important things. One is this, and the second is drink drink minimum 5 glasses of water. Minimum 5 glasses of water. Minimum 5 glasses of water. This is compulsory. Please remember this. Minimum 5 glasses, I said. I have seen many of the students sitting in the rooms, just keep on reading and reading and reading, never caring for their health. This is simple trick. You keep on drinking glasses of water or containers of water, minimum 5 glasses, which is almost 4 liters, something like that, large glasses I am telling. So minimum 5 you drink, and you see how you keep studying. The desire to study and the desire to sit and work will keep on continuing. It will not stop, it will not end. So that is one advantage you have. So drink minimum 5 glasses of water. This is the first thing I would like to tell you. And another thing, I have seen many of the people say not sleeping rather, they are awake when they should sleep, and they are vice versa again. They are sleeping when they should be awake. If you really want to study in the night, follow this mechanism. Please go to bed by 7:30. Again, get up at about 11:30. Then again, you split that. Then again, 11:30 to 4, something like that. And then again, 2 hours. Like that, minimum 6 years of sleep is compulsory for us. So you should be maintaining that. If you do not have adequate sleep, the brain doesn't get that much of rest, then definitely whatever you have read will not be going into the head. My dear learning enthusiasts, please remember, it is not just simply taking the information into the head. How long it will contain in the head, that is very important. So I am actually speaking towards that end, towards empowering you, so that you can remember whatever you have read and whatever you have learned for a longer time. So drink minimum 5 glasses of water, and rest for minimum 6 hours. This is compulsory. Please make it a point. I read a lot in the evening. That is not a matter of pride. That is, in my opinion, stupidity. It is stupidity only. I don't sleep, still I am well. I don't think that is going to work in that way. So please remember these important 6 principles as well, which are also very essential, and that's why I have included them here. So with this particular slide, I should pronounce that this particular 3-session lecture series on how to study, especially just before examinations, will conclude. If anything has to be added, definitely I should be getting it from my venerable listeners like you, whoever is listening to me right now. Only you must be telling me any other thing, whatever I have known and whatever I have seen here and there in the world, and whatever the experiences I have had, and in whatever way I could conduct these experiments as these systems as experiments in classrooms, I have shared with you. If there is anything else, please suggest it to me, and I am always ready to expostulate on that and then give a better lecture. I thank you everyone. In fact, I thank everyone who has been a part of it and who has helped me either directly or indirectly in making up this particular video. I thank you from the bottommost petals of my heart. Thank you one and all, and have a happy time.